I've spent some. That was solid. I wasn't expecting that. Siler didn't say he was going to do that. He didn't know the questions I was going to ask him. Everything here just happened. It was God's plan, is the way I see it.
Super organic. Yeah,
Yeah. The
everything
only
here that
thing
happened on this call.
was the interview being scheduled. I didn't know what he's going to do, and he certainly didn't know the questions I was going to ask him. When you watch this again, you'll see. We're like, hold up a second. No, don't go back to
Yeah.
when you was a child. Go back to when you about. And then he had me feeling that he had a 2-year-old sweetheart that you had for life. And no, it wasn't even the case. I was all waiting to get back to that romance and everything. And it didn't happen. It went
Yeah.
to the shit.
So this is this all goes towards my core values, right? It's I love giving back. I love being there for other people. I love seeing the aha moment in their eyes when everything clicks and makes sense. Like that is my sauce. That is what I love. So none of this for me is a matter of hours or how long we've been talking, etc. All this is just pure love for me, right? Because love is one of my values, right? So I can honestly be on this call for another 6 hours with you guys, but I want to be respectful of your time and also kind of save my voice for tomorrow because I can already feel it going, right? So now just to show you guys, I'm going to share. Can I share my screen really quickly? All
You
right.
can,
So
you can, you can.
yeah,
Hold
no,
on.
it says
Hold
I need approval for
on.
screen sharing. Okay, there we
There you
go.
go.
All
It's
right, so
funny
I'm
because
not,
everyone's in a good time zone apart from me.
yeah. All right, so this is my community, guys. And so just to show you where
Which is
this
a
all
great
goes,
community.
to show you where all this goes, right? So as we're inside our community and we scroll down, I've got pinned posts here. I got 3 pinned posts. Okay. Now this is the first post where people introduce themselves, but look at post number 2. What does that say? Core values. When we open this up and we go down to see more, we scroll down. What are these? These are Siloh's core values: love, security, and freedom. I let my values be known to the world. So anyone who comes into my community that are not aligned with these values and they churn or they bounce, I'm like, see ya. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Right? But anyone who comes into my community who speaks these values, love, security, and freedom, they know they're in the right place at the right time with the right community leader and the right community owner. They know it. It's there. So this is what you can do with your community. I implore, now that you have your values, go in there, pin a post, tell the world what your values are, take those values, also put them in your about page. My values are here too, right? We talk about, look at the words that I use here: values aligned communities, meaningful, right? Genuine. These are all words that extend from my core values. So when people come to my community and they see these words, they're either aligned or they're not. And if they're not aligned, sayonara. If they are aligned, man, I can't wait till you remember. Let's go have some fun. Cool, guys? Yeah? Leanne's clapping.
That's a mic drop right there, boy. That's a mic drop moment, boy. Just drop that mic.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
I love the fact you mentioned that, because I always say your why and your values. I was talking about that yesterday. That's so funny in my training when I did a masterclass on Growth Code Heroes. Your why is so important. And then your why is there, and on top of it is your values.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your values lead everything. Your values lead to your why. I mean, we can literally do this for another 8 hours. I mean, but again, for the sake of time, for your values, like it trickles into everything. It's like a waterfall effect. It really trickles into absolutely everything you do, the relationships, the job you work at, everything, your love, your fitness, your health, your money. It ties, your values tie into everything. And here's the thing too, you're talking to a guy who ate up garbage cans, right? When I was homeless. You want to talk about stories I had in my head that were like, you're not good enough, you're a reject, people like, you're this and you're that, and you'll never, make an impact, you'll be forever homeless. Like, there's a lot of work I had to do to get to this point where I am today, which I shared with you. And that's just a sliver of what I shared with you. right? So at the end of the day, there's a lot of internal work I had to do on myself. This exercise that I shared with you, I call it the T-frame exercise when we first started off. I did that on me first. I did it on me. And then I saw where it went. And then it led to my values. I was like, that makes sense. Now everything makes sense. So even my community, I built it for other school owners to help them succeed. It has nothing to do with me, right? It goes back to my values, love, freedom, right? Security, right? So it trickles into everything. And once you figure this out, this is why I'm so happy and so honored to share this with you guys. It's because now everything in life's going to make sense. You know, that little thing that you had, that conversation around what most people outside of us on this phone call, that conversation they have around money, is because somehow they haven't framed it in a way that's aligned with their values. I have no problem making money today because I know I'm going to do something good with it, which leads to the value of love. So my company today, outside of my nonprofit organization, my for-profit, we donate 30 cents of every dollar we make back into the homeless community. 30 cents of every dollar.
Powerful.
I have no problem making money because I know where it's going. And I had to reshift and have that conversation with myself to put money in a positive so that I go, next time I'm on a phone call with someone and we're talking about services and we're talking about this and that, I'm going to love offering my offer to him. I'm going to love it. So I know once he's a client, we're both making an impact and a cause and a vision that we both care about. And how do I know that? Because he saw my values. He jumped on a call with me and said, Siloh, I also value freedom. I also value love. How can we work together? You guys see where all this goes? Yeah, cool. Yeah, awesome. All right, I feel like I'm talking way too much. And yes, awesome. All right, cool. And then Andrew, however you want to wrap it up. You guys know that I am on school. You can connect with me anytime. Follow me, send me a DM. More than happy to do this call again, preferably after my 3-day event. So we can come back again to this next week. And for those of you that got in late, if you want to catch this call from the very beginning, I'm sure Andrew will make a recording available. If you want to walk through it live, the exercises with me, and so you can bounce, your values off until we find a definite value for you and go through a T-frame exercise, I will readily make myself available. Okay.
Thank you.
Is that a smile? What are you doing, Lena?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, Ann.
Andrew, you're on mute.
Andrew, you're muted, brother. Unmute yourself.
So the one thing I wanted to ask you.
We could see your mouth going, but there was nothing happening.
So the one thing I want to ask you before we wrap it up, because it's almost 1 a.m. in the morning over here, is, I've been doing this on a routine.
Yeah.
What was your preparation for this, if any?
No, this happened all organic. 100% being honest with you.
Exactly. So what is your morning routine look like?
Morning routine, I usually work up really early. I don't know where the context of this question is going, but I'll follow it. So the morning, I usually wake up. I'm an early bird. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. And 4:30, by 5, I'm out the door. I'm at the gym. I come back by 6, by 5:45, 6. Usually slam down a protein drink, and I start my phone calls with my team at 6 a.m. So that's my morning routine.
What's the first thing you do before you open your eyes?
I'm grateful. I pray. I say thank you. I say thank you for God for allowing me to wake up. Thank you for giving me another day. Thank you for the bed I slept in. Thank you for how comfortable it is. Thank you for how warm these blankets kept me. Like I just immediately get into that state of being grateful.
What is your nighttime routine look like?
Nighttime routine, I clock out roughly around 8:30, depending on the day. Like just stop checking emails, stop looking at my phone, and I'll unplug by reading a book, talking with my girlfriend, seeing how her day was, just catching up with her, eating dinner and going to bed. And I usually no phone, nothing. I put everything away at 9:30 or so, and then I hit the sack at 10:30. I'm out at 10:30. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm gone.
Cool, cool, cool. Because I always, that's one of the things I usually ask, but we just went flying. We just started to switch gears, and I didn't even get to ask you that question. That's one of the things. Naranda, do you have a morning? What does yours look like before you open your eyes?
Oh, definitely. I thank God that I'm even alive. So that's a definite every morning thing.
Do you have a routine?
Yes, I have to wake up to those stupid alarms and then I get up and then I barrel down the hallway, banging on my daughter's door and telling her, hurry the fuck up before we're not ready for school. And then I go to the living room, start stomping on the floor because my son lives downstairs. And then I have to let out my 4 dogs. And then I go running over to the kitchen, set up the coffee. And then I go right back over to the room, have to barrel down some pills because of, all of my ailments and stuff. And then I have to sit down and then hold my breath before I have to barrel out of my bedroom again because my daughter didn't get up. So yeah, that's my morning. Literally every day.
What does your nighttime routine look like? Oh wow.
Nighttime? Oh no, screw them. I'm not talking to them. I'm not asking them nothing. I go straight to my room. My husband's watching something, nature thing on TV. My phone is to the side, and I'm just sitting there watching him, and then I'm just slowly fading away. I don't know what time I fall asleep. It just goes and happens. So I'm happy it happens, and that's it.
Wow. Leanne, what's the first thing you do before you open your eyes?
Oh, I say thank you. I thank you. Thank you for the amazing sleep. Thank you for the day ahead. Yeah, that's the first thing. Even before I put my feet on the ground. Yeah.
No. Routine?
So every morning I am up and running by 6 o'clock to open the door for my support worker to come in and help me get my daughter up and moving. So I'm a foster mum of a child with high needs.
Oh,
And so our routine is like for 2 hours, I'm in and out. Would you believe school is a big part of my routine as well? Like I get that started. I come in and check to see if I've got to let anybody into the community or answer any questions. Then I'm back in to make breakfast for my daughter. Like you know, yeah, it can be quite crazy, but it's somehow working. So it's great. I don't really get the workout at the gym. That's not my lifestyle, but I'm starting to think now. How can I incorporate some strength building in my day? I can imagine coffee in one hand, weight in the other. Um,
Yes.
like yeah, life is
Yeah.
full, but it's what we do, right? So yeah,
Nighttime?
pretty full routine. Nighttime, I stay up way too late, and I'm lacking sleep, so I've got to work out how I fit that into it because I love school so much. It's so damn addictive that there's so many amazing resources and people to meet and talk on here. I'm a bit of a social butterfly. So, but again, it's about routine with my daughter, getting her into bed, support workers bouncing off them as well. I'm a grandma too. I've got 3 beautiful grandbabies.
Oh wow,
So
congratulations.
fitting that sort of stuff, family into my life as well is, pretty full. But so getting to bed, before I go to bed, of course, it's the gratitude again. Thank you for the day, going through my mind as I'm going to sleep. What's happening for me the next day? How can I serve more? How can I do more? Um, yeah, it's all about legacy for me at this point in my life. I sound so old. I'm 54, would you? And here I am, like, I'm wanting to leave a big footprint in this life while I'm here. So yeah,
Wow.
And your daughter, right? Your daughter's the one that's got special needs?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Fantastic. And thank you for the work that you're doing because it's a very, special type of person that does that kind of work.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
Um,
you.
serious.
I couldn't help but notice, of course, that beats back to your values, taking care of your
Yeah,
daughter,
yeah,
security,
definitely.
strength.
And that whole freedom side of things, like
Mhm.
I and I really dislike people that try to put limit one's ability to thrive or limits one's ability to achieve in life because I've had people say to me, "Oh, what's her life expectancy?" And I said, "Well, I feel like saying, well, what's your life expectancy?" You know, like,
Oh
you
my
know, like, why do we allow people to put those restrictions on one's life? And so I love those moments where I can just create a space for people to be creative, to be unique, to be their own self, because I've had to do it for myself. I'm having to do it for my daughter. So that's what I bring to school. And yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Very
thank you.
nice.
So
Very nice.
today's just been so good. So clarity, like to bring more clarity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
very
Thank
nice.
See, Joy. How about you? Before you open your eyes, I'm only asking everyone who's got their cameras off, open, not off.
All right. So, first thing I do is try to remember my dreams. And usually I have a cat somewhere on me. So I'm petting a cat, trying to remember my dreams before I roll over or move, because that's when you have the best chance of remembering what your dreams are. If you don't move and you just stay put.
Oh,
Um, because I want the meaning, like I want to understand. I want to use whatever happened. In my dreams if I can, to figure some things out. So that's the first thing that I actually do.
what's your routine looking like? Wow, wow.
My routine, so it's really just get up, and lately it's been been check my phone, see what's going on in school, see what's going on in what do I have to do for today, like what's on my calendar, what's just basically figuring out what do I got to do and who do I have to show up as, you know? Um, and how soon does that need to happen? So, so yeah. If I have a little bit of time, I call it fluttering. Um, and if I have a little time to flutter, that's what I do. So I basically try to get like all the manic out right away. If I'm feeling like just chaotic, and basically what that means is I let myself do whatever the hell I want for like an hour.
Nice.
And if that means because I'm building a bus that I live in. And so if that means I like
Nice.
pull out a,
Nice.
table saw and like start working, I mean, it could be literally anything, and it could be 5 things at once usually. Um, and I don't have to finish any of them. I give myself permission to just do whatever the hell it is and just get out of my system for an hour. So if I can do that, then I do that.
Nighttime routine?
So I don't know. That's a tough one because it's a little bit different every night. I don't have kids and I'm single and I live in a bus. And so like, routines are like, I don't know. But by the end of the night, I do try to like wind down. Like I have a game on my phone that I play for a little bit. Um, or I'll watch some kind of like fantasy movie, because I love like a good epic tale. So I'll watch something, or I meditate. I always meditate. I do a lot of sleep meditations, which is why I want my dreams in the morning, especially if I put on a good meditation as I was falling asleep. Um, and there's meditation every day, so I weave that in all the time. So sometimes stretching, I like to get real good and stretched out before I go to bed. And yeah, I mean, cats, because I'm a cat lady. So it's they're just always there. So yeah.
All right, cool. The reason why I asked that is because there's no right or wrong way to start your day or finish your
Yeah.
day. The most important thing is that you're alive, you're breathing. There's other people that are not here no more. You've achieved a great deal. You're still here. You've achieved a great deal. So just keep on thinking about all the stuff that you have achieved in life and stop focusing on the stuff you haven't achieved in life. Just be
Mhm.
grateful you're here because you've done a lot more than others.
Totally.
Yeah. Thank you. This has been a very, very interesting one. Thank you, Silo, for being here. I'm conscious of your time and how you need to rest your voice. Thank you for every single one of you showing up. We'll be back again next week, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Another big guest. You'll be hearing about that real soon. I believe I have 2 guests lined up. So Yeah, if you want to be a guest speaker, the information you can ask me. But yeah, thank you, Siloh. Is there anything you want to say before you leave? I'm very grateful for your time. The fact that you stayed here. This is probably our longest podcast we've done. I was not expecting it to run this far because, like, okay, I wanted to like, but it's been fantastic. The energy's been crazy, and look how you just pulled everyone to it. Like the frequency is just. This is the most we've had on one call so far. Like we've had like 12 people at one point. Well, actually, no, 10 because there's two doubles. But other than that, yeah, there's now it's 11. Wow, and some
Yeah.
new people's joined just to join this from the invites that went out to say that you was being interviewed by me. That was you guys don't know how that made me feel, man. That's just amazing. I mean, my morning routine, if you want to know, before I open my eyes, I just give thanks to God for my three children, my two daughters, my son, my grandson I've never met, my son who I haven't seen since he was a baby, and my daughter, and then my third born. I just give thanks for that life. I'm breathing. I've got a roof over my head. And then on a good day, if I don't need the toilet, I quickly read the Bible and pray, and then I go toilet. But most of the time, I'm running to the toilet because I don't want to go. I don't know if it's just the age thing, but then I do that. I write some stuff down, a little plan of what I'm gonna do on a good day. Half the time, I haven't been doing that lately, but I did have a conversation with Angela. I don't know if she's still here. She was like, "Oh, you need to journal before, you know." And so I started reminding myself to journal again. But school is definitely something that's taken up a lot of my time, but then it does go to my core values, as Tyler, you said, love, joy, and happiness. I get a lot of love and joy in seeing everyone getting results in the community. I'm not just saying that for the sake of it. It's from the feedback that I've got from them, and plus the happiness I get from seeing the Randa and seeing her posting or she's messaging me outside. Because school is just not just school here; it's a bigger thing. But yeah, I spend a lot of time working towards seeing how I can help the community because I feel this is a great way to be able to connect with the world. So yeah, that's what I tend to do. So and then I'll probably have breakfast, but I tend to eat when I really need to eat, and I'll see if I can get on everybody's lives. And
You
then
eat.
my nighttime routine. What's that?
You eat all the time. Hush yourself. That boy always eating.
He's such a foodie, my God.
Oh my
He
God,
leaves messages. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hi. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
yeah, he talks. You
I said, this
got
is a community. When you know the community, when they know you like that, that's what you know it's a community. We get so much jokes in Girl Squad Heroes when we go live. Look, we need to be respectful of everyone's time, especially Silas been talking for hours. But you guys,
I,
man, you
I
didn't
will,
like. I thought you'd gone. So my nighttime routine probably eating as well, isn't it? But yeah, I usually spend time with my daughter when I get the opportunity to. But yeah, yeah, family is very important to me. So believe it or not, I don't live on school. And what else? Nighttime routine. I tend to just. I've started to not look at my phone anymore because I get so many messages. I'm just like switch off from looking at my phone, read my Bible, get myself ready for bed. But it hasn't been like that for the last few days. We've been so busy trying to catch up with everything. But yeah, that's kind of like my routine has kind of gone out the window. I used to get up before it. I used to go bed at 8, get up at 4, before everyone's awake, and just get on with what I need to do. But it hasn't been like that. But thank you, Siloh, for being an awesome guest. You've raised the bar on a whole different level. Like, wow. Third episode. Wow. 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 I'm just like, I'm looking forward to watching it. Like, you
so
guys don't have
there's
to wait. I'm just gonna watch it on my own. And
so here's what I like to do, and then we'll let everybody go. And by the way, here's one more thing I'm going to throw out there. So as you guys know, at the very beginning of the call, I said I wrote a book. So if you showed up in the book and you stayed the whole time, you were going to get a book. Just let Andrew know where your address is, and then I'll get one out to you. And I'll even sign it first before I send it out. Okay. Number 2, thank you for the hearts. Number 2, for if you guys want, Andrew and I can talk about this. If you need a refresher in like 30 days from now on what we covered on this call, we're more than happy to come back and we can do a refresher like once a month. Just to come back and make sure you're still aligned with your goals and making sure that you're standing by your values. Okay. Yeah, does that sound cool? You guys like that? Head nods? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, awesome. We got, yeah, there we go. We got some emojis. Cool. For everyone who joined later, love the fact that you're here. Okay. We'll do a call for you guys so we can bring you guys full circle. Okay. Let Andrew know. We'll schedule a time to bring you guys in and we'll go through the whole exercise from start to finish. So you guys can come full circle and then we can have you on the call if we do one next month. Okay. And then everyone will be on the same page. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Last but not least, I want to say kudos to you. What I mean by that is this: we have a saying in my volunteer community. When we go out, we serve those who are less fortunate, right? So we'll serve them on street corners, and we'll serve them. It could be 100 people. We have no idea how many people show up. It'll be 100 people show up one night. Next night we go out and serve. Maybe there's 50 people that show up, and there's usually one person who's always new to our volunteer work. We'll show up and go, hey, there was 100 people here last week and there's only 50 people this week, what's going on? And they say it almost in a negative, fashion. And then I always say this, I say the people that were meant to be served are here. That's all that matters. The ones that are meant to show up, showed up. The ones that need it the most are here. That's all that matters, right? The numbers don't matter, right? And so I say this to say that. I say that to say this. You guys showed up. You showed up for a reason. And that's all that matters. They're consciously or unconsciously not, kudos to you because you're here. You're here. You stayed. You haven't been doing anything else, but you stayed on this call, right? So kudos to you, all of you, right? So with that being said, Andrew, again, thank you for having me on your show and giving me this opportunity to speak to your friends and your community. Angela, I know we didn't get to you. I'm sorry. I know you were traveling. Your phone was kind of in and out, but Angela, we'll connect with you. Okay. Anne, I know you came in a little bit later, but again, you showed up for a reason. You showed up, and that's what's most important. Leanne, you showed up. That's what's most important, and you're still here. Helen, you showed up. You're still here. Christina Joy, you showed up. You're here. Norenda, you're here. You showed up. Right? So awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Siloh.
Siloh.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go. All right, enjoy. Bye, guys.
Take care, brother.
Bye.